Hello my sugar plums, welcome back to my channel. Guys, in today's video I'm gonna be showing you how I refurbished my old table, my very old epoxy table that I had made into from something like this into something like that. So make sure that you stay tuned to see the whole step on how I made that change. Now, if you're an OG on my channel and an OG subscriber on my channel, you know that this table very much was my very first YouTube video ever, and that was my very first time ever working with epoxy. And typical me, I went big because I'm like, I was watching videos on YouTube on epoxy, and I fell in love with it. So I'm like, I want to try to make this my dining table. And of course I went and made my dining table, which is a big table, but because that was my very first time using it, I did 2 thin coat of resin, and I believe I used Permanent Supply, which is now Promise Resin. This is what I use. And since then I had moved a few times, and unfortunately the table got damaged in my last move, and I've been dreading to make that table again. But I was quite surprised I was able to peel off the old resin that was in it, and then I went and sanded the whole thing with an 80 grit and 120 grit. And then after that I went with this primer right there. I did 2 coat of that primer and then 2 coat of blue, this blue paint right here, and I believe it's sky blue, because I'm gonna be making a map table, so we need the ocean part. So I decided to keep the leg black because my chairs are black, and because of the contrast between the blue and the black, I think it was quite pretty. Now to make my base, basically you have to paint it, use like a paint to paint the the whole table with this blue color, and then now we're gonna resin it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try different blues to make my ocean, because we all know ocean is not one shade of blue. Now for the mica powders, I'm going to be using a mica powder from a company called HIPPIE Crafter, and I'm going to be using the Carolina blue, the sky blue, and the light blue, and brilliant blue. I believe those are the 3 mica powder blues I'm going to be using. I'm also going to be using a little bit of blue alcohol ink and green alcohol ink, just to make just give me different depth in different places. Now for the first layer, I'm going to be using Permanent Supply or Promise Resin, and I use 2 gallons for this. And this is just the base, guys. Make sure you have your gear set up, you have your gloves, your mask, and your glasses. You make sure everything is nice and ventilated when you're doing this. Now I went and did my first layer of resin. I mixed different blues and put different blues in in different places, kind of mix of some of the blues and the greens and everything. You don't have to be precise, because when you're looking at the ocean, it's perfect the way it is. It's not perfect color in one spot. Now I let this cure for 48 hours. Now for the map that I'm doing, I went on Amazon and I was looking for what type of map I wanted to use, because my table is quite big, and I wanted to do like something that was more like 3D instead of like a flat sticker. So I found this company called HYPERI, and their map was quite pretty, and I believe I got like a large size, but they have like extra. Now I will say that if your table is quite big, you probably will need to size up. I wish I had but like an extra large instead, because some of the countries, some islands in some countries are quite small, compared to other countries. So those are quite small on the on the map itself. So I wish I had gone a little bit higher on the size. But this is what it comes with. I believe I bought it for like $130 or something like this. I don't remember, but it was in that price range. And it come with all this, and they give you a lot of freebies. Like you have planes, like little animals, you have dolphins, we have whales, you have like elephant and boats and everything. And it's quite nice. And the plywood itself, because it's a plywood map that you can do 3D on. It's a 3D plywood map, so it's quite thin. So you have to be careful when you trying to remove them from the low wooden part, that's when you're trying to remove the pieces from the wooden part, not to break them, because they are very, very thin. And also on the back of the little thing they gave you, the pamphlet they give you, it show you, you know, on the back of the map itself, you have like numbers, so it's quite easy to put together. Now I am gonna be using a 5-minute epoxy two-part to glue them to my table, because you know I don't want them to move when I pour my resin. You don't want your map to move all over the place, so I'm gonna be using that to kind of glue the map together. But first I went and put you know, assemble the whole map, make sure that, you know, everything was the way I wanted them to be, and then after make sure that this is the way I want it to be on the table. Then I'll you know, slowly lift one piece at a time and put a little bit of dollop of 5 minutes resin epoxy on, you know, at the bottom, and then press it down and glue them that way on the table. Now, because it was quite easy to do, because my tables already have that first, you know, layer of blue resin on top of it, so it's quite easy. I'm showing right now, you know, the map. You have like, it's quite well made, guys, like, but one thing I did not anticipate is that because the map is, you know, 3D, some of them are not, you know, it's 3D, it's not flat, so some of the countries are like layered on top of, you know, multiple pieces of wood, so it become quite, you know, high on the table, and it ended up using more resin that I, you know, thinking that it was gonna use. I ended up using a whole 10 gallons of resin to do this, because once I put my map down, I'm gonna go ahead with a some acrylic sheet, you know, plastic acrylic sheet, and I'm gonna, you know, make a border for my table, because I want the whole map to be, you know, flat. I mean, it's a table, you know, it's a dining table, I'm gonna be using it. You don't want, you know, pieces sticking up, so the whole thing have to be under. So I'm using an acrylic sheet to create the border for the table, and I just glue that down on the, you know, on the whole side of the table, and make sure there's no leakage or anything, because if you have leakage, you're gonna be losing a lot of resin. So I prep everything down. I, you know, put a plastic sheet under my table, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put my acrylic you know, sheet around my table to create my border, and then we're gonna go ahead and start pouring our table. And we have to do that in multiple layers, guys. I'll tell you that the table itself, because I wanted to make sure that each layer are completely cure, and before I put the another layer, it took me about 6 months to make the table. And besides, I had to keep buying more resin and more resin, because I'm like, oh, that thing keep taking more resin. So I had to keep buying more. It took me a whole 6 months to finish the whole thing. Now this is I'm showing you after I lay everything down. I'm showing you everything that came inside the box. And no, guys, it's not sponsored. I wish. It's not sponsored. I bought everything, you know, with my own money, and because I wanted to make the table. One, because, you know, my kids are homeschooled and they needed a map, so I'm like, instead of buying like a map, and I wanted to make the table anyway, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the table, you know, a map of the world table. Now I'm using like some measuring tape and you know, a blue a black, you know, marker, removable marker, because I don't want make sure it's not permanent. And then I'm gonna, you know, measure the distance between, you know, the continents, like the, you know, the north and south, and, you know, the Asian and everything and stuff like this. So I measure everything, and beside, on the back of the pamphlet, they give you the right measurement that's between, you know, the continents. And I place, you know my little things down, you know, little boat. I just did it exactly the way it was showing on the little pamphlet they sent. And so once I finished doing that, I glue everything down, and then I waited another day before I start pouring my resin. And for this, you have to use a deep pour resin, guys. Don't use a tabletop resin, otherwise it's gonna flash cure and it's gonna be a whole mess. Make sure you use a deep pour resin. And for this, I believe I used the liquid crystal, and I used a whole 8 gallons of it, because the first 2 gallons that I used was for the tabletop. It was from Promise Resin. I did use Promise Resin to make my the first layer of the blue ocean itself. Now I'm showing you, this is what it looked like. If you can see, the border that I already put down. I skip a lot of like showing you how I do all the things, because it's mostly repeating step and I didn't want the video to be too long, so I cut out a lot of those things. But yes, I had put my acrylic sheet on the side, make sure everything is nice and sealed, and then now I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring my first layer. And you can see that resin is quite thin because it's a deep pour resin, and this is I did my first 1.5 gallon, because the resin itself I bought it 1.5. This is a 1 to half ratio, so it's like 1 part of the A and half part of part B, so it come with 1.5 gallon. So I'm gonna be pouring 1.5 gallon, and I'm gonna let this cure for a full between like 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks at a time, and then I'm gonna repeat the step and do a second layer, a third layer, until the whole map is completely submerged under the resin, because we don't want anything sticking up. So I'm using my hand on the first layer, making sure that every part of the table have resin on it. You can use like one of those silicone spatula or plastic spatula or anything like this, but I'm more like a feel to touch and feel type of person. So I wanted to make sure that everything is covered. I didn't want to have a part of the table that didn't have resin. When I go and do my second layer, I didn't want to have any type of issue, because I'm not gonna sand anything until I finish the last layer. Before I do my flood coat, I'm not gonna sand anything. So I went and did make sure this first layer that I put is completely covered, and then I went, of course, in between. You have to use like some kind of heat to remove bubbles, any bubbles in it. And I'll say that this resin, the liquid crystal, it barely have any bubbles form, and it's quite clear, like it's really crystal clear. So I use like a torch and a heat gun to kind of move and remove the bubble. I stay away from the edges, because because of the acrylic sheet that I have, it can melt if you put heat on it. So I make sure that I stay away from it. I make sure, and I keep watch on the table itself. Make sure that you keep going back to make sure there's no bubbles that rise to the surface and fall. Now this is after the 5th layer of resin I put, and I say, guys, it's between 1.5 weeks to 2 weeks in between. So, and I did 5 layers of 1.5 gallons of resin. Now, when I was removing the acrylic sheet from the side of the table, I ended up chipping part of it, and this is what I'm showing right now. I remove it and I kind of sand part that was like have like a low bubble sticking up to it. I stick that, and then I pull some resin on the part that I needed to fill up, because like I say, I chip part of it, and I use just like a regular tape, and then I fill those up. And then after that, I went and once that is cured, and for this part I use a UV resin, because I didn't want to wait. I use UV resin to fill this part up, and then once that I make sure it's nice and cured, and then I went and sand the whole table with 120 grade sandpaper, and then 220, and then I make sure it's nice and clean, and then I did a flood coat with using the same liquid crystal. I didn't want to use Promise resin to do the flood coat. Usually I'll use that, but it was very, very hot, and the resin will flash cure when it's really hot. I always have issue, the resin will tend to flash cure. So I use the same liquid glass to do my flood coat, and then make sure everything is nice and cure. And then after that, we were done 6 months later, guys. That's why I've been wanting to put that video up for the longest time, but it took me quite a while to finish it, and this is the finished result. You can see the difference between the old table that I had and this one. I absolutely love the finished result. I love the way it look, and let me tell you this, this table is not gonna be damaged if I ever move again. It's not gonna be damaged because the layer of resin is so thick on it. The first one got damaged because I only had like 2 thin layer of resin on it, but this one, the layer of resin is thick. It's like probably like 2-inch thick on the table itself. So this is the finished result. My table is done. My kids have a map when they're doing their schooling, and I absolutely love the way it look. I love the part that the ocean is showing different shade of blue, and it's quite beautiful. And that resin, the liquid glass resin, I highly recommend it for if you're doing any deep pour resin. It's quite clear, and it didn't give me any issue with bubbles in it, which is it's not gonna be a lot of issue, because I mean, it's, you know, water. It's supposed to be showing water and everything, so if you have a bubble here or there, it's not a big deal. But it's quite clear. It's literally like liquid crystal. That's why I keep saying liquid crystal, but the resin itself is liquid glass. That's the name of it. I'll put everything that I use in the description box below. If you're interested in buying the same map to do it, I'll put a link for them and like I said, that if you have your bigger table or anything, and if you want your country, country to be bigger, make sure you size up. But look at this, guys. This is quite well made. I love this map. I really love it. Maybe they have sales. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I don't remember if when I bought mine it was on sale, but I remember I bought it for like $130-ish or something like this for the size that I got. So this is what the table looked like, guys. I absolutely love the finished result. So what do you guys think? If you think it's great, give me a like down below. Share the video with your friends and family. And again, if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate all the love and support. And if it's your first time in this channel, don't forget to go ahead and like this video, share with your friend, family, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I put new video on. That's it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it, and if you do, you know, stop by again for more videos. Until then, guys, I'll see you, and you know the drill. Be blessed and stay blessed. Bye, guys. I love you. Bye. Mwah.